Yeah, so real quick. The issue was that I don't know how, but even though I flipped stream back on after I had the mic issue before, somehow we weren't live. So I fixed that now. Um, so real quick, to anyone who may be watching and is like, why the hell am I? Or did they just pop up mid game? Hello, I've been big dum dum, and we're gonna get you caught up real fast on what's going on. So basically, the air within the Festering Maze of Sloth here is rather poisonous, as is the water that flows through here. I mean, if you can even call it that. So far, our heroes here have been trying to figure out how best to get to where they need to go. And Lily has spotted a demon that flew away when it spotted everyone, seemingly rushing back to perhaps tell someone that they're intruders. You don't know, but Lily's informed everyone of this creature's presence, and that's kind of where we're at. And I apologize for the technical difficulties. Um, Carry on. Yeah, thank you. All right. So Dream is going to volunteer to scout ahead since he's a bit smaller. And he's going to. Okay. So then, yeah, that's plus one on that roll. He's going to fly up in this direction. So, Dream makes his way to where I've dropped his token, and he is going to spot something that seems interesting, and he is then going to head back to join the rest of you. And he explains that there are a series of platforms that are running across the center of a room up to the north. Yes. No worries. Um, but yeah, he saw some pretty large and also pretty filthy looking levers in the next room that could be of use. So Dream flies ahead again, going into the next room. He doesn't immediately spot any danger, and he sort of just waits for everybody else to arrive. How do you want to get there? Okay. Take across several people. All right. So now you all see what Jareem originally initially discovered. That there is indeed a slippery walkway that is connecting 4 of these platforms. This runs down the center to a station at the far end of the chamber. Far end being here. There are 3 levers protruding from the wall with dripping, nasty-looking substances coming off of them. There are 4 metallic pipes indicated by the gaps. These pipes are situated 10 feet above the level of the sewage. And there is a steady stream of the same foul substance running from these pipes constantly. Every now and then, you see something that is larger and hideously more substantial than simply fluid, straining its way through the bars and dropping down with a splash into the foulness rippling below your feet. Dream's just like, I'll do it. So he flies over and he takes a look at the levers, and he says back to all of you, he says, the one on the left and the one on the right are up, and the middle one is down. That would be knowledge engineering. Dream's gonna take a look at everything, just because he's in close now. Dream notices above each of the levers that there is some kind of like plaque above each one. They're all covered in slime, so he's not sure what they say, but he has noticed them. Okay. And Kaede, with that roll, yep, those are levers. Okay, so you do that, and you notice that there the plaque bears writing, as you could probably guess by now, given the amount of time you spent in here. It's in Thessalonian. So as you clear the slime away, there's writing on each of the plaques, and yeah, you know, as you might expect from having been in here so long, they're all written in Thessalonian. And Kaede does too now. Everyone taking linguistics points. You'll love to see it. So any of the three of you who can read it are able to figure out what it says. The plaque above the one on the left reads access control. The one in the middle reads portal control. And the one on the right reads warning cleaning cycle. Very nice. That's well, if it's just PCs, then each of you gets 20 minutes of water breathing. Or wait, no, 2 hours per level. So yeah, that's a lot more than that. That's like 5 hours a piece. Okay, so that's less time then. That's a little less for each of you. That's like it's like 4 hours, yeah. So Dream looks at everyone again and he's like, "So which one am I pulling?" You want him to pull the one on the left? Okay. That's the one on the right. Um so yeah, Dream first listens to Dino and tries to pull the one on the left and he can't do it. He will now instead try to pull the one on the right, and that one also will not budge. All right, strength roll. 25. Okay, so when you pull that lever, there is an explosion of water that erupts from the ceiling directly above the platform in the middle. Um, it it crashes down onto Chomper, and Chomper has to make a reflex saving throw. He's fine. He manages to keep his balance. The blast of water brings with it a large or a huge size, excuse me, a huge size water elemental. Um, the water elemental sees all of you and then takes a look at around and takes in everything that's surrounding it. And it is actually going to ignore you, and it is going to instead set itself upon trying to clean up the absolute mess that is this place. Yeah, so it starts like, moving all over the place, doing its best to cleanse whatever it can. It's it's going to be at this for a while if left to its own devices. But it doesn't seem to care about your presence here. From where you're currently standing, there is a pathway that leads out of here that is different from the way you came in, heading to the east. You sort of make out how the walkway continues to hug the left-hand wall, and then it sort of like takes a turn to the right. All right, so let's see. Hold on one second. I have to adjust something because Cat has cast a spell. Elemental body water. Okay, so yeah, you go ahead and do that. So you turn yourself into huge water elemental cat is now in the building, and she starts assisting the water elemental. You get quite a lot of temporary hit points from your boost in Constitution. You get a +8 to Constitution while you have this form. And yeah, you aid the water elemental, and it eventually does realize what you're doing, and it does seem to acknowledge you as it continues its work. The spell? 15 minutes. So yeah, you do as much as you can over the next 15 minutes. I mean, unless you guys want to proceed further within those 15 minutes, but kind of seems like if you're just gonna help it out, then I mean, it's up to you guys, of course. But... Okay. So yeah, you assist the water elemental for 15 minutes before the spell ends. You definitely made a bit of a dent in the efforts required, but this is just one room in a larger complex. This water elemental is going to be at it for a while, but you helped. You absolutely helped. It seems to, yeah. It continues to not attack you or your friends, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't speak to you, but it certainly acknowledges your assistance. The elemental continues its work, kind of speaks in its own... What language does it even speak? I don't even know. Languages. Aquan, okay. No, like, here. Aquan. Yeah, you guys... Yeah, I'd have to look at the base spell here, but, yeah, like I said, the elemental is, glad that you've helped, and, it doesn't say that it gives you the ability to speak their language. It just seems like it's just a polymorph. Yeah, of course. So I'm looking at the wrong entry here. Okay, yeah. So yeah, the elemental just continues to go about its business. Where would you like to go? Yeah, the other two levers are still untouched. If you would like to do about it, or you can leave them alone. Up to you. Okay, so Dino votes for moving along. say the rest of you? All right, so you guys begin moving with you. Start moving along to the east, crossing a bridge. I need a group. Well, actually, those of you who are not currently flying, actually. So, Ursulin, Lily, Chomper, and Kaede. I need acrobatics checks. The bridge is very narrow. Oh yeah, I guess that's true too. Those of you who don't feel comfortable doing that can hitch a ride on Dino. But Ursulin, yeah, you're totally fine. You skillfully maintain your balance and get across the bridge without issue. So, in this chamber, you see that there are several different pathways that come out of this area, or at least, I mean, Ursulin can see it and Chomper can see it because they're furthest ahead. The path continues to the south. There seems to be different turns and offshoots in various directions, but the main pathway seems to continue south, southwest. You see that in some areas there are grates that are still intact and they are positioned down to block off areas. Others, the grates appear to be damaged. But overall, the worked stone of the tunnel that took you around this corner gives way to a more natural looking cavern. There is a 20-foot gap that breaks the walkway from where Ursulin is standing to the next dry spot. And the rough stone walls here are caked with an absolute riot of colors. Ooze and fungus of all colors in the rainbow grow thick here in a foul-smelling yet strangely beautiful display. Also worth mentioning is that in this gap in the floor, in this area here, the pool of liquid looks considerably deeper than it was in the previous rooms. Those of you at the back of the marching order, Kaede, Dream, Lily, roll a perception check, please. So, Eno's actually the only one that rolled high enough for this. You feel like you're being followed. And not by the water elemental. Yeah, sure. You do see a shadow below the liquid, the surface of the liquid. Okay. And what do you yell at the shadow? Nice. Jesus Christ. You both have sought to made yourselves broken. I don't want to hear it. Anyway. I would consider, never mind. Anyway, so the shadow beneath the surface of the liquid sits in place for a short time. It's not running away, but it's also not approaching you. But yeah, you at least know it's there. Now that you've alerted everyone else to its presence, everyone else knows that it's there as well. Yeah, in this area here. Alright. So you begin carrying people, at least the people who don't have flight capabilities. Doesn't seem to care. Cat can also fly, so she can move along whenever she feels like she needs to. Okay. Has gotten a little bit closer. The rest of you who are being ferried across by, don't have much to worry about as you guys are moving quicker than it's approaching you for now. Right. So yeah, where do you want to move to? Okay, yeah, so, yeah, Dream having flown ahead, he points to the turn that goes to your left, right around here. He says, this way's blocked. There's a grate that's down. He says, it looks like the path continues further south, and so you kind of hear his voice trail off a little bit as he continues to fly forward. Okay. Get people out of the walls as soon as I can. Yes, thank you, Sirenscape, for the wonderful fart noises. So yeah, you get to right about there, and then sure enough, Dream is right. There is Great blocking your path. Roll a perception check as you pass by that grate. So you look through the grate and you see a cavern that is curved in many different places. Um, and you also see more uh, more shadows within this space. You're not sure if these are uh, submerged in the liquid, or if light is hitting some kind of creature a certain way, and it's perhaps on one of the walls or standing on something else. But you do see more shadows in that area. So Dream, you once again hear him, and he says, when you get to around where I am, take a right, but just be careful because it's narrow. But it looks like we can get through here. He continues to fly forward, and as you get close to rounding the corner here, he points out that the grate to the right, where he's about to fly through, has been destroyed. So he kind of just like dips into that tunnel and starts flying that way. You get to this area, and yeah, sure enough, it does look kind of narrow. You should be able to manage, but it's gonna be a bit tight for everybody. Secret tunnel. Okay. Dream takes a peek around the corner. He turns back towards you, and he lowers his voice, and he really seems to be taking great pains to do so, because he says, "We have a problem." He says, "They're a big." As only he can, he says, there's some big boys here. He says, I've never seen anything like this before. He only sees one of them for otherworldly looking creature that looks like the handout that I just popped. College Plains. Insert plane joke, yes. That's not the reaction I expected, but we roll with it here. With that check, you are really only able to learn that this is another creature that is demonic in nature. Has spotted you guys. It assumes a defensive stance and readies itself to potentially have to attack you guys if you get closer. Yes, it does. Well, I've pulled my mic as close as it can go. So I mean, I was leaning back slightly, but yeah, like I said, the demons are assuming a defensive posture, preparing themselves to attack you all if you get closer. So, they do speak Abyssal. You sit and wait for a few moments for a response, and then you get one, but not loud and clear in Abyssal, so that everyone can hear it. You get a response telepathically, and it simply says to you in Abyssal, "This is our home. We will defend it." Roll diplomacy. Did. So 30. Let's see what that gets you. Okay. So the initial hostility in its tone when it said that it had to defend its lair, in its response to you now, that tone softens ever so slightly. It's hard to pick up, but um, it simply says to you, "We don't take kindly to the intrusion, and so we'll need assurances." The demon's voice comes back to you, and it simply says, "What are you after in here?" So at this point, the demon's voice returns, and it says, "We will converse as a group." And at this point, you feel two more presences enter your mind. Um, the one that had been speaking to you continues. The other two don't seem to say anything to you yet. They just make sure that you know that they're there. And it says, "Unlike most of the other denizens of this place, we can come and go as we please. If you intend to go beyond our lair, what then?" Roll diplomacy again, please. Okay. At this point, you hear the demon one more time. Simply says, "You assure us that you will not disturb our lair, that you will not desecrate it in any way, and that when you are done, you will leave at once." Okay, the wall is slimy. That's really it. It's this time, yeah. I don't know if you rolled it. Oh, so yeah, roll diplomacy one last time. Okay. Yeah. So your really good rolls to this point have kind of lowered the DC slightly, so that's probably still fine. After an uncomfortable pause, all three of the demons speak at once. To you telepathically, and they say to you in unison, "Very well, we will look the other way." And you watch as the one that you can see, you can only assume the other two, vanish from sight. As they seem to use some kind of inherent magic to get out of here. You can only assume it's like a plane shift spell or something similar. You have no idea where they went. You don't know. You know, they could be. They could have gone to somewhere on Galarian and started terrorizing someplace, or maybe they went to some other plane entirely. There's really no way of knowing, but they're gone and they're out of your way. Uh, well, yeah, Dino's already. So you scoop her up off of Dino. Yeah, and you grab Ursulin as she is drawing a smiley face in the slime wall. So what you want to do is, if you're, yeah. All right. So Dream resumes scouting, and before long, you hear him saying that he spotted something up ahead. Um, there is an actual dry space for some of you to land on and occupy, and at the end of it, end of a short little walkway here, is a set of double doors. You don't see a visible lock. These do look like fairly heavy iron doors. Okay, so you open doors. Where'd your token go? So you just go straight on through the double doors. Yeah. Oh fuck indeed, because here's what you see. Uh, for starters, this room reeks of strange chemicals. There is a 5 foot wide uh, metal walkway that looks out over a large pool of foamy, filthy-looking water in the center here, 10 feet below. Um, from which there are 5 metallic pipes emerging through the walkway above where you currently stand. There's one pipe in each corner here. These 4 pipes are 5 feet in diameter, and as I've just pinged, they extend up in the 4 corners of the room to a height of about 1 foot above the balcony. Each is filled with a different colored bubbling fluid. So, from your vantage point, you can kind of make out the colors. The northwest pipe has a red fluid in it. The northeast pipe has a brown fluid. Southwest has a yellow fluid, and the southeast has a black fluid. Fifth pipe is 20 feet wide and extends up to the north. This pipe is filled nearly to the rim with a shuddering and glowing green sludge. There are thin streams of fluid that flow through the air from the corner pipes to drain into the central one. Lastly, there is a stone throne that floats in the air above the slime, and on this throne is an absolutely corpulent man with a crazy long beard, um, kind of like vacant-looking eyes. He wears a robe that just is just open, so he has no shirt on. He's like I said, he's rather fat. He wears a set of like blue uh, pants that are made out of some like super ancient and fine material. Um, and the very strange thing, as you look straight at this man, uh, there is like a gaping hole in his chest. Um, and inside this hole is a black, slimy looking heart that has like tendrils coming out of it that extend downwards. And he looks out towards all of you, and he begins speaking in Thessalonian. I'll show the handout so you can see exactly what he looks like. Yeah, he's a big boy, and he simply all of you. He says, "It's interesting that my ways always have value. You brought yourselves to me to be slaughtered. How nice." Okay, yeah, you drench the jellies, the pipes in all of the corners. Um, None of them are foolish enough to intrude on my chambers, as you just have. I like you. You humor me. He takes your words with a very confident grin on his face, and all he says in response to you is, "You talk you won, like you even could kill me if you wanted to." Fucking man. At this point, he looks he looks out towards all of you and he says, "Well, I'd like to see you try." And he then kind of looks past you, almost like fixing his gaze on Dino. Anybody else in here? Fixes his gaze on Dino, and he begins casting. And over towards where Lily is currently standing, he summons a Tyrannosaurus. It seems to be fitting. It doesn't look comfortable in this space, but it seems to be fitting. And he says, "I'll let you play with this thing before you even try to do harm to me. Roll initiative." You? Oh, you did. Yeah, you just rolled twice. So I'll manually fix that. Yeah. So I guess it bears endurance on him and it wore off. I'm guessing. You don't have spells. No, because you didn't rest since the Wrath wing. All right, yeah. Let me adjust Chomper's hit points downwards a bit. Yes. Yeah, you'll have that. That's. Yeah, I marked it with a red dot just in case decides to summon any Tyrannosaurus. That way you know it's enemy. I just have to roll its hit points and then and also change the music. it is Fat Man's turn first. Alright, so, he has... Oh, sorry, yes, I meant to tell you. So yeah, you cast your sort of like rain clouds above the pipes. The rainwater hits it, and then after a few moments, it seems to just like slide off. No problem. So he is going to spend his turn casting another summoning spell. And with that, this time it is a demonic-looking creature that appears. It's one that you've seen before. This is another Hezru demon. The Tyrannosaurus that he summoned is going to attack Lily. A 35, dealing 27 points of piercing damage, and it is going to attempt to grab you. It's a 42, so you are grappled. And it's now Kaede's turn. Oh, also, you now see the little flying thing from before. Apparently, this guy's familiar. I don't think you do. I really should be measuring without snapping. You're good. Feeble Mind. He is an arcane caster, so he takes a penalty to his save. Gotta do some math. Huh. What are his immunities? Well, that is funny, if a bit anticlimactic, but your spell is successful, as his saving throw is a 21. His intelligence and charisma are set to 1. He cannot cast spells, understand language, or communicate with any kind of coherence. He can still recognize his familiar and his summoned monsters as friends, but that is about all he can do. Yeah. You notice, of course, that he's not like physically harmed by your spell, but yeah, he kind of just goes like slack-jawed in his throne, and yeah. That's okay. Well, speaking of someone who could come out now, it's Ursulin's turn. So Ursulin, I mean, if you want to, but yeah, you know, like, you know, step further into the room is what we really mean. But yeah, so you watch as just before your eyes, directly in front of you, Kaede has feeble-minded this fool, and he is basically just an invalid in a chair now. So what do you want to do? You're gonna shoot the demon? Oh no, you're gonna suffocate him. Okay. Yes, yes. I mean, if she wants to try to suffocate him, yeah. All right, so fortitude save for at least the first round, because it's a 3-round spell regardless of what the first save is. 23, so he succeeds that save. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the first save does matter. That's right. That's right. He staggered, so, which is interesting that he staggered because, you know, obviously that limits you to 1 action. You don't notice like a melee weapon on him at all. Dream is going to fly on into the room. Gonna fly right next to him, above the pool, next to the throne, and he sees this guy's condition, and he is just going to take his fancy new weapon, aka Athrox's weapon, and try to start slashing away at him. That it's not a confirmed critical. It is a hit. And he actually doesn't bypass the damage resistance, so well, he bypasses part of it, but not all of it with that weapon. So yes, he only deals a slight tick of damage to him. The glowing pool beneath him seems to intensify slightly on him getting hit. Babu fails to land a hit with his talons. And it's now Lily's turn. So Lily, you're currently grappled by the summoned T-Rex. Well, you can attempt to escape, you can attempt to attack, or you can attempt to cast a spell. All of which have different penalties and consequences depending on what you do, but it's your choice. What do you want to try to do? Okay, so to do that, you would have to an attempt to cast a spell requires a concentration check here. Well, you need to pass the concentration check to be able to cast a spell. Yeah, it's the concentration button on your spell sync. Okay, wow, that's pretty good. This is gonna be close. What level spell are you trying to cast? 7? It's not enough. You're not gonna be able to cast it. That's gonna be your turn because you tried to cast a spell. All right, it is Dino's turn. counterspell is only as a reaction to a spell that's being cast. This is going to be a regular spell. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and make your caster level check. Yeah. All right, so that is a success. The summoned T-Rex is dispelled. Lily is no longer in toothy peril. Okay. Single chomp, that hits. There is some damage resistance, but not enough to really like dampen the blow too much. It's still a good chunk of damage against him. Okay. It is now Cat's turn. Alright. So half damage and not catch on fire. He rolled a 22 on his save. You want to move it all? Alright. So, it is Wizard Man's turn. Obviously, he's feeble-minded, so he's not really doing much of anything other than going to attempt to move, as he had previously cast Fly on himself. Going to attempt to move away from Dream. Dream takes an attack of opportunity against him and fails to hit him. That's all he can do. At this point, the fluids in each of the pipes sort of activate as the jellies that live inside of there sort of reach out and attempt to make attacks. Let's see here. The one in this corner is going to try and make a slam attack against Lily. That's a miss. Rolled a 9. The one in this corner is going to try to attack Chomper. 15 that misses, and this one tries to attack Dream. Natural 1. Oh, and this guy gets to attack. So this one is going to try to turn around and use it. Okay, yeah, it's gonna full attack Dino with a bite and 2 claws. The bite hits for 21 points of piercing damage. First claw hits for 10 points of piercing damage, and the second claw misses with a 26. It does get grab attempts here. We have what's your CMD, Dino? 35. Okay, so he fails to grab you. It's a 28 and a 29. So the demon looks pretty frustrated, but I mean, it knows that it hurt you. It just couldn't really get you pinned down. And with that, it is now Kaede's turn. Okay, and what is the murderous command? Okay, gotcha. All right, so yeah, will saving throw is a 12. So he is now under your murderous command for the next round. Did you want to move at all? Do anything else? All right, make an acrobatics check to leap across. That's good enough, yeah. So you jump across and land safely on the other side and position yourself or advantageously to attack in the future. All right, it is Ursulin's turn. You could also just cast the most powerful spell of all, which is Gun. I just love saying that. Like, you cast Gun. Makes me think of that one meme where it's like Kermit wearing a wizard hat. And it's like, behold, the most powerful spell of all, and he's carrying like a Glock. All right, so that is, well, it's not a misfire at least. Okay, so first shot hits. That is going to deal some damage. It does have damage resistance, so it's gonna be a little less. Well, no, it's only a little bit less. It's not like you're doing 2 damage. You're still hitting him. It's not 22. The second one misses, and the third one hits, dealing a bit more than the first shot did. Overall, not too bad. You see a couple of wounds open on his body. So you definitely hurt him. Even though he may not be able to feel the pain because Kaede reduced his brain to mush. Okay. Dream is looking to end this guy quickly. He is going to move forward, and he is going to try to slay living. $19 does hit his touch. This guy's fort save is really high, so I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, 28. So 17 points of damage as the negative energy releases from Dream's hand and into his fat fucking body. And, and yeah, he deals some damage to him. He's like, man, this guy's pretty tough. It is now Lily's turn. You want to deal some damage, you said? Well, that's 20 right here. His diagonal movement is a bit costs a bit more if you do multiple squares. So 20 gets you to here. Lower the music a little bit more just because I'm having a hard time hearing you. No. If you there's like a balcony that drops, like there's a drop from there into the fluid. So it's like, yeah, like I said, it's like balcony that looks down over the pool rather than you risking touching it. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, Burst of Glory or something? Yeah. Yeah, they're all within, all these people within 10 feet, I think. So, yeah, 10. Yeah. See everybody around you. Oh, okay. Yeah, Burst of Glory, okay. So, yeah, those of you that are getting this Burst of Glory, feel free to check it off in your buff boxes. This would be Kaede, Ursuline, Cat, Chomper. You're all being given Burst of Glory. And, yeah. Move to Dino's turn. Okay. 26. Oh, no, sorry, that's with flanking. 30 misses. Vital Strike. 34 misses. Let's see here. I mean, it doesn't really give that appearance, considering that he is sort of just wearing a robe with seemingly nothing underneath it, except for like a pair of pants. There's got to be something magical at play, whether it has to do with something that he's cast upon himself, or whether it has to do with something in his lair. I don't think that's how Dispel Magic works. Yeah. Feeble Mind is very specific on how it can be removed, and Dispel Magic is not one of those things. Okay. All right. So now it's Cat's turn. I mean, he's feeble-minded, but yeah, I suppose this could still work. Let's he probably has no concept of remorse, is my point. But either way, the no, you're right. Either way, the will saves a 30. So it's just staggered for another round, and it takes a -2 to AC for one round. You generally speaking, wizards of this caliber all have goodwill. They have goodwill saves. So it is now Guy's turn over here. The jellies are going to attack the nearest things within their reach once again. Too many character sheets open right now. Alright, so one attacks Ursuline, one attacks Cat, one attacks Chomper, and the fourth one I don't think can reach anyone. In order of the people getting attacked, Cat attack against you is a 14 that misses. Ursuline, the one against you is a 22 that also misses. And the one against Dream is only an 11, so none of them hit. The demon is going to charge towards Cat and attempt to bite her. Oh, that's right, he is. I'm sorry. So, yeah, he instead charges the guy and tries to bite him. That is a 30, which unfortunately does not hit. He gets to, not like on top of him, but over here, like next to the jelly. And he's going to basically just stand guard there for now. And it's now Kaede's turn. Now the Murderous Command, well, Murderous Command wears off after Kaede's turn, but... Okay. Yeah, it's a living creature, yeah. Okay. 23. Yeah, you already were staring at it, so yeah, you're good there. You're good. All right, so yeah, you hit, you gain you recover your missing health, and you gain an additional 20 temporary hit points. Painful stare included. That is 57 points of damage. And this demon is pretty sufficiently rocked by that hit. Alright, it is Ursuline's turn. So, basically, you're standing where you're standing. The pool here in the center is below you. There's nothing, no walkway to get directly straight across to him. You'd have to go around, and there's some pretty narrow catwalk-like structures. You could certainly try if you want to do that. Just know that you have a fairly small target point to land on. I mean, that depends on the roll, and this pool at the center here is more of like the foul water that you've been seeing throughout. This is like a glowing green slime. You probably don't want to land in here. Yeah, go for it. If you want to, roll an acrobatics check. You want to take a... Are you taking a running start first? I feel like that's probably the question on people's minds. Okay. All right, so that's, well, it's technically 31 because you're leaping, so that gets the jump bonus from your boots. So let's see here. Long jump of, oh yeah, that's plenty. You land successfully, and even though you kind of flail about for a moment, you do catch yourself and maintain your balance. Okay, so yeah, you leap over there. All right, now what do you want to do? Okay. You are subject to an attack of opportunity from the demon who's right next to you. He hits you, so make a concentration check. No, not that. It's on the spell tab. You'll see it in the spellcasting box below your slots listed. 30. That I believe is enough. Yeah, it's just enough. So you manage to fight through the pain as you suffer 19 points of damage, and touch him just as this demon also attempts to grab you, which I'll resolve that after the saving throw. Excellent. Roll twice. Saving throw is 7. Because his wisdom isn't reduced to 1, but his intelligence and charisma are. They are, somehow. The demon, I just have to check your... Demon fails to grab you. With that, Dream is going to... Let's see. He does have this prepared. Dream is going to attempt to dismiss the demon. And with a saving throw of 15, he does. This leaves you and the jellies in the corner and a feeble-minded fat man. Go ahead, Lily. It's your turn. You're in range for destruction. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Go ahead and you cast destruction on the guy. Makes a fort save 32, so it's still 40 points of damage. So you still chunk him. You just don't utterly ruin him yet, at least physically. Kaede's already ruined him mentally. Anything else? Alright, it is Dino's turn. Alright, So go ahead and make a caster check. 3. That actually, I'm pretty sure. That fails, actually. What's Chomper doing? Double chomp. Excellent. Okay, the first one hits for sure. The second one does not. I can't even see what number that is. 44, I think that is. Like the total number on the grab roll. I can't see it. It's like locked, but 41. Okay, that potentially changes things. Oh no, yeah, he's grabbed. All right, it is Cat's turn. Okay, I would love to know how you're gonna murder him. Okay. All right, cool. So a geyser erupts from underneath him, and actually, strangely, somehow manages to erupt from near the surface of the glowing green pool. Let's see here. Reflex save. Yeah, seriously. So how big do you want this geyser to be? Because that determines like who else potentially takes damage here. Okay, so pretty small one. Alright, so none of your friends are threatened here. Yes, very much so. Well, yeah, I just mean like if it just occupies his space, you know, like. Okay. So he makes the reflex save with a 26. He still takes the full 12 points of fire damage from the burning water. He's not knocked off his throne or anything, so no fall damage. But you've scorched his flesh with a hot geyser. All right. The jellies are going to try to strike again. I'll let you roll 3 of those. So the first of the jellies is going to try and smack Chopper. That misses. It's 22. The second one is going to try to hit Lily, which also misses with a 12. The third one manages to actually hit Cat with a 25. Let's see here. Grapple check. It's for CMD. No, it fails to grapple you. But you do take a total of 15 points of damage as the acidic tendrils of the jelly manage to smack you. Even though he's feeble-minded, he's still going to attempt to escape the grab from Chomper. Escape artist. He's not particularly good at either one of these. Strength check. Oh, natural 20. He does get away. Just manages to, even in his stupor, manages to wriggle free from Chomper's grip. But that's his entire turn, so it's now Kaede's turn. You'd have to move a little bit closer. Yeah, if you get to like there, or yeah, even back there, you could do that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, he takes all of that damage. Fort save. 33, so he's not staggered, but that is still 84 points of damage. You notice that though you have assaulted his mind and beaten his body and now fried it with a synapse overload, you feel like this guy should be dead, and yet he's not. Sure. Knowledge Arcana. It's got something to do with the jellies, but you're not sure what. It's roughly the same information. The jellyfish. Alright. With that, it's now Urslin's turn. So, Urslin, you hear Kaede and Cat attempt to figure this out. And the focus seems to be shifting onto the jellies in the corners. Sure, make a grapple check. CMB, combat maneuver bonus. No, it's not. Dream sort of takes the hint about the jellies. He is going to throw a bomb at this one over here. Throws a continual flame bomb at it, and he hits, dealing some damage. And it's now Lily's turn. Yeah, you could. It's basically, yeah, it's your whole movement, because you gotta like squeeze past Chomper, but yeah. Coils, okay. We'll save 21. Oh no, he fails to save. So he's held, and again, like he takes the damage, and you kind of feel the same as Kaede. You know, like this guy should be dead by now, but he's not. I feel like you've definitely done enough to kill him, and yet he still sits alive, even though you can't really do anything to you guys. But for now, it is Dino's turn. Yeah, there's like a narrow, like, circular catwalk around the bigger pool of slime. All right. Do what you're gonna do. Yeah, you just roll a single attack, and it counts as a full attack action, full round action rather. Okay. So, well, yeah, it auto crits, so I'll just combine those two damage numbers, and then then yeah, it's whatever the damage is again. So, all right, so 49 points of damage. Yeah, like I said, you like just like with everybody else, like you land a bite, you're certain that you should have killed him. You bite him right in the neck. He's still alive. I'll just combine the two damage numbers as a crit. So yeah, Chopper goes right for center mass, bites his torso. Surely he should die, right? No, he doesn't die. Oh, he's grabbed. Yeah, you guys just completely ignored that as soon as you made that plan. It is Cat's turn. Okay. So Cat fires a sickly green ray at this pipe. Jelly inhabiting it, the black-colored slime. Oh, that is a critical for potentially 200 points of damage. And with a saving throw of a 12, that is how much damage you deal. 200 points of damage. Well, you've never crit on it before, I don't think. But so yeah, here's what happens. The black substance inside the pipe, is including the jelly that was kind of like living inside of it, completely disintegrate. Um, as that happens, I need to. There is an effect here that happens. Let's see here. Okay, so the stream of like thin, substance that was like going through the air towards the guy in the throne there. It instead of continuing to stream over in that direction, it just splashes to the ground. And whatever that particular substance was doing no longer affects him. No longer giving him any benefits. We've reached the light bulb moment. You don't know that you're of no use. You don't know what these things are immune to. I mean, yeah, you might be right. Firing your gun at these jellies might prove fruitless, but like you don't know for sure. Anyway, the two that are in range to try and hit things, both fail as one rolls a 17 to hit Lily and the other rolls a 14 to hit Chopper. It's now Kate's turn. Okay. As it is, it's immune to mind affecting, but you have a chance to affect it anyway. Okay. He gets there and he touches the jelly and nothing happens. So you immediately realize that they're immune to electricity. It's now Ursulin's turn. Okay. You whip. Alright, you whip out your pepper box, you fire once at the nearest jelly, and you do prove your point as actually these are immune to both slashing. They're immune to piercing, so they take no damage. Dream will throw another bomb at the same jelly that he threw that before. He hits for 8 points of fire damage. Oh, sorry, did you want to do something else? I completely glossed over that. Okay, yeah, I just didn't know if you wanted to move or anything, but alright. Yeah, so Dream throws a bomb, does some damage. It's now Lily's turn. Seems to be what your friends are doing, at least. Okay. That's fine. correct on the spell description. Yeah, so you fixing here. All right, so the way the spell's supposed to read, you affect all of your allies with bull strength. They're all within range. Yeah, no. Some of the descriptors were wrong, so I fixed that, and yeah, they're correct now. So yeah, it's just a range, or not really range, but like a close AOE spell that affects your friends. So everyone gets the benefits of bull strength. So that, yeah, he doesn't really gain anything from it then. Yep. Do you want to do anything else? Alright, it is Dino's turn. Piercing does nothing, yes. Yeah, bites are piercing. Okay. Alright. Yeah, grab is successful. This one? Strike. Like saving throw, 15. Full damage. No resistance or immunities to anything that this does. Jelly recoils, but it's not destroyed just yet. Alright, it's Cat's turn. Okay. It is within range to try and attack of opportunity. It fails to hit you. 12. Save against disintegrate. 21, it makes it. So it takes 16 points of damage. Anything else? No, it didn't die. That was the first time that one had been hit. The two jellies that can reach any of you try to attack. Everything fails. 16 and 11. That's now Kade's turn. Alright, so yeah, you very carefully make your way around. Yeah, it works on any hit. Or the painful stare does, yeah, it procs on any hit. Alright. get close enough, you go ahead and smash with the tenderizer. You hit. No resistance to bludgeoning, so head apex there. Let's deal a total of 36 points of damage. Ooze is definitely harmed, but not killed. Not yet, at least. Alright. It is Ursulin's turn. Are you sure? I have your sheet open. Do be like that sometimes. I mean, you could try to hex it. I mean, that's something you could do. Oh, I just didn't put them. Actually, all the other ones they just affecting you. Could do Aura Purity to prevent anyone from getting poisoned or anything like that. Or yeah, you could just Evil Eye. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It sucks, but it happens sometimes. Okay. 9 failure. Text for... That's quite a bit of rounds, actually. That's 9 rounds. Has -2 to what? Saving throws you want? Or attack rolls? Okay. Hex marker in there somewhere. Okay. Dream will chuck another bomb. Hex and hit for fire damage. Lily, it's your turn. Okay. Go ahead and roll the attack. Okay, so yeah, force damage is not resisted, so that is hit for 8 points of damage. Alright, anything else? Okay, you're up, Dino. you're currently right on top of is going to try to attack of opportunity against you. It's only a 14. All right, so yeah, you start to direct your fire snake around to try and hit all of these, and hopefully not hit any of your friends. You can use the ruler if you want. So I'm trying to go like straight across here. Yeah, 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 you just barely make it all the way around. All of those saves are failures. You destroy the brown one and the red one. Yellow one just barely hangs on. Streams, red and brown streams that were going towards the wizard man stop and fall to the floor. One of them, as you're directly under the brown one, some of the liquid is going to land on you, Dino. I need you to make a will saving throw, please. Don't have to roll that high, I assure you. Yeah, you're fine. 24 is more than good enough. So with Chomper successfully grabbing, you murdering, leaves one jelly left, and it is now Cat's turn. Yep, it is on death's door. Southwest. Yeah, the one that you tried to disintegrate last time around. Okay, I don't need to. Yeah, yeah, I don't even really need to roll the status for damage. I actually made the save, but yeah, still more than enough. So yeah, your Sirocco goes blasting through towards the jelly and the pipe that it resides in, destroying the jelly instantly, and causing a yellow substance to now fall to the floor. All four of the jellies have now been slain. The sickly-looking slime heart that sits in this open chest cavity glows brightly for a moment and then fades. And the fly spell that was currently on him begins to fail as he falls into the large vat of green slime, disappearing from sight and apparently finally dead. As you collect yourselves from that battle, Dream looks up towards the throne that he was sitting on at the beginning, and he says, "Huh, this guy had a nice chair." It's not a literal toilet, no. He just says, "Anyone want to help me look at it?" All right, everyone roll perception to inspect the throne. Jesus, dude. You got a natural one is still a 24, but yeah, that's 25. Yeah, sorry, but yeah, that's not enough. That's not even that's not even as so if everyone's rolling perception to inspect his throne because Dream was like, "Oh, I got a nice chair or whatever," and he's just wanted to take a look at it. So if you want to inspect it to see if there's anything that you can find on it, you feel free to roll perception. Okay. So you're all looking at the throne and you're like, huh, yeah, that is a pretty cool throne. You look around, you try to find any like sort of hidden things on it, and none of you except for Dream are able to locate. There is a latch on the left arm of the throne that Dream finds, and he pushes it in. Still didn't roll high enough. That's not how it works for skills. Say saves and attacks, yes, it's an auto success, but skills are not an auto success on a 20. Just as they're not an auto fail on a 1. Um Dream pushes pushes the latch on the left arm of the throne. So that let me remove this guy's familiar first of all, and I no, it doesn't flush. So he's over here, let's say, and on the other side of the throne, the right side, a hidden drawer opens. Inside, you find his spell books. You find 3 scrolls. Okay, so you can use read magic on those. You also find a different book that looks nothing like the rest of the spell books. Um, this one actually bears sort of a similar appearance to the book you found in the ruins of the library in the Shimmering Vales of Pride. Slightly different color, but seems to be of the same like quality in terms of binding and nice material for the hardcover. And there's like gold embossing on it. Um, so it leads you to believe that it might do something similar to the book that Lily ended up grabbing. Uh, as far as the scrolls, you find that they are roll a spellcraft check actually to determine the spells. Okay. I need a spellcraft check to identify them. No, you're fine. Don't worry. 21. Yeah, it's good enough. So there, the 3 scrolls are as follows. One is a scroll of planar ally. The second is a scroll of teleport, and the third is a scroll of stone to flesh. Um, Stone to flesh, yeah, like removing petrification. Well, that actually is how the spell works. If you were, let's say you found let's say you just wanted to cast that on like I don't know, like a column of a building, just like for shits and giggles, it would become like just a giant flesh column that like wouldn't necessarily be like sentient or like animate because there's no like life force driving it, but yeah, it would turn to flesh. It would, yeah, basically be like a flesh golem that like wouldn't, like, again, it wouldn't have any like life force driving it to, do anything that a living thing would do. But yeah, it would be a statue made out of flesh. I don't know if I have an answer to that like right away. I'd have to do some research, but no, it's a great question. I love it. I love the idea. I love the creativity. Um Additionally, with his spell books, there are obviously his spell books are full of conjuration spells. As you notice, he had used them against you by summoning and using some such spells. Damn. Uh, the spell schools that are missing from his spell book are evocation and illusion. There are no spells of those schools in his spell books. Uh, However, there is additional information found within his spell books that could be of use to you. Obviously, all written in Thessalonian, but those of you who can now speak it and understand it can also read it. Yeah, you should probably do that. Like I'm just scream. It's just like I'm screaming into the ether in our group chat. Uh, it's okay. It's okay. I know you've been out all day or whatever. It's fine. I'm not mad. I just, yeah, just get that done whenever you can. Okay, so he uh whoever whoever's inspecting the spell books, I presume Kaede or any of you who want to open his spell books and actually spend some time reading them is going to take a little bit of time to arrive at the information that you need. And yeah, more hands that can read Thessalonian will speed up the process. You eventually, well, no, you're just reading through his spell books, as well as like he has other like random like writings throughout these spell books. It's not all magic. um so you begin to go through it, the three of you, and eventually you all arrive at a page where it's kind of just like, huh, what's this? It seems to be a list. And actually, I misspoke. It's not a page at all. The largest of the spell books. You open it up, and this is scrawled on the inside cover. Apparently, he had a list of suspicions uh, regarding some information that is similar to what you found on the from like the dead guys books in the Pride Wing. Um, this guy here, he suspected that he potentially knew all of the specific items you'd need to infuse weapons in the Rune Forge with the magic of specific schools. I'm going to reveal this now, as the list is as follows. He lists off each sin. Rather, he doesn't list things by magical schools. He lists things by sins. So the first line is sloth, and the entry there is an admixture of the four humors. For greed, he lists waters from the pool of elemental arcana. Next is envy, and this one has a question mark on it. He's not sure, but he says perhaps a vial of Ithilien. Um, for lust, it just says one of Delvahine's personal toys, perhaps. Uh, Pride is a shard from any of the mirrors, and there's a name here, Vraxorus. Any of the mirrors that this Vraxorus has looked in, that's what he thinks is the component for Pride. Wrath is ashes from anything in the Hall of Wrath, as he seems to think so. And for Gluttony, he puts some of that delicious Inib wine. And I've just revealed it for everyone, so now you can see it. So these are his suspicions. Looking around the room, you all see like I said, the four pipes that were feeding things into the room. You suspect that the admixture of the four humors might be the green slime in the central vat, but hard to tell for certain. Yeah, so on this list of items, you currently have three of them. You have Athelion, you have some of Delvahine's sex toys, and you have mirror shards. Uh, you did not collect any ashes from the Hall of Wrath. You did not find the. Okay. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can retcon and say that you did. Sure, that's fine. So that's then four of them. Um, that's true. You do that. So yeah, you would have done that. Yeah. So yeah, then you have four. You did not find where the wine is in the Gluttony Wing. You haven't been to the Greed Wing yet, and yeah, you're here in the Sloth Wing now. Um, what the clones? No. That's no different. That's a different wing. The no, you're in the Sloth Wing. The Gluttony Wing was the one that had like those weird like crystal structures, and where you fought the Lich. Yeah, you didn't come across any wine in there. Yep, and you also are armed with the knowledge already that the guy that was in the Pride Wing thinks that the mirror shards and the sex toys are what you need to be Karzug, but um, you know, obviously you don't know for sure until you try. You can certainly you can certainly hold hands if you choose. I didn't say that. I said, yeah, I didn't say you need to do any of the other stuff. I'm just saying, hey, if you want to hold hands, you can hold hands. That's uh yeah, a couple of you took a good few of them. Dream took a bunch, and somebody else, I think, what Cat took one, or I think that's that's debatable. Well, you took I think 6 toys, and there were more than that there, but you've between the 2 people that took them, I think they took a total of 6 of them. And as far as the pride, like you scooped up a whole bunch of mirror shards from one of the broken mirrors. There was also other loot to be found on this guy. Let me pull up the list here. So the first major item you find is a rod. You also recover the cloak that he was wearing. You recover a bag that vaguely resembles a bag of holding, but it appears. I think this would be smaller in size than a bag of holding. You recover a ring, some diamond dust, a finely crafted silver mirror, and some sort of ivory plaque. Gotta go fast. Yeah, I'm Yeah, each one would be one. So yeah, it would be he says a mixture of the four. So that would be the larger central vat that he was his throne was positioned above, as they all fed into that one. Um, Dream is going to try to identify the gear that this guy had. One of these items, once he realizes what specifically the rod, um, once he realizes what that does, he kind of gets like a confused look on his face, and he says, "Huh, funny he didn't try to use this against us." I'm typing out the list right now, but in the meantime, he says, "Yeah, this would have shut down some of those spells. So I don't know why he didn't use it. Yeah, but he could have. I personally don't care. I mean, I'm sure there are other people that will be offended by that. It's not. Yeah, I would advise not because we're streaming, but yeah, yeah, we'll go with that. Few cards short of a full Harrow deck to make it a Pathfinder relevant reference. Don't. Oh, a magical Harrow deck. DM secrets. DM DM secrets. So yeah, Dream explains that the Rod of Absorption is the item that he's talking about. Um, basically it can be used to just instantly negate a single target spell or ray that is cast upon you. Um, I need to figure out how used this thing is actually. Okay. All right. So this is kind of a long-winded explanation for this item, but I'll just go through it so you guys have a full understanding of what it does. Then I'll link after. Um, this rod absorbs spells or spell-like abilities into itself. The magic absorbed, like I said, must be a single target or a ray spell directed at either the person who's holding the rod or their gear. The rod nullifies the spell's effect and stores its potential until the wielder releases this energy in the form of using their own spells. When you absorb a spell, you instantly know what level spell it was. As long as you are holding the rod in your hand, absorbing and negating a spell requires no action on your part. Um, as I mentioned, there is a running total of absorbed and used spell levels that should be kept here. The wielder of the rod can use captured spell energy to cast any spell you have prepared without expending the spell itself. The only restriction is that the levels of energy stored in the rod must be equal or greater than the level that you're trying to cast. You still need to provide material components, and the rod must be in your hand when you cast a spell. For bards or sorcerers or other spontaneous casters who don't prepare spells, you can still use this rod. It's just, based on spells you know rather than what you prepared. A standard rod of absorption can absorb a maximum of 50 spell levels. This one is actually fairly close to the end of its use, as I've rolled that it has absorbed 42 spell levels already. So only 8 more. However, half of those 21 levels are still stored within the rod. So you have 21 spell levels worth of spells that can be used without expending the actual spells themselves or their slots. As for the other items, you know what a Cloak of Resistance does and a Ring of Protection. Diamond Dust, obviously, spell component for restoration and such. The Silver Mirror is just like a nice like antique that's worth a lot of money to the right buyer. Same for the Ivory Plaque, except it's worth not nearly as much, only 50. But finally, the Handy Haversack. This is basically the same as a bag of holding, except smaller in capacity, as well as the limit of the size of an individual item. This is really only for like small things. Let's say you want to throw all your spell components in this thing. It can hold 20 pounds worth of stuff, while it weighs only 5 pounds itself. Yes. The magic of this item is that whenever the wearer reaches into it for a specific item, that item is always on top of the bag. No digging around or fumbling is necessary, and so that retrieving anything from a haversack is a move action that does not provoke attacks of opportunity. So that's the link for the haversack. Here's the link for the rod of absorption. Yeah, I mean the fact that you're all casters kind of helps. You can that's certainly an item you can pass around and be like, hey, use what you like. And yeah, the remaining 8 levels that can be absorbed will obviously also be stored in the rod, so you have a maximum of 29. Once it can no longer absorb anything. because once it's absorbed 50 levels, as you expend them, it can't be recharged. Yeah, yeah. So it can absorb 8 more levels worth of spells, after which it cannot absorb anymore, and then it can only be used to expend the levels that are stored within it, and then it's just a stick, basically. It is a very, it's a very valuable stick, but it's still just a stick. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know Dino definitely wanted to grab it, but Dino's making sure to get all the greed out before you go visit the greed wing. I know, I know. I'm just messing with you, man. Um, Wait, what were you hoping for again? Oh yeah, yeah. No, I remember. I remember. Yeah, I didn't forget. Let's see. No, I didn't forget. Um, yeah, and it'll probably be you. You guys also haven't like inspected the whole room, like because yeah. So, all right, yeah, because look, I assure you that I didn't forget. Okay, you did not perceive. Yeah. Well, I mean, Cade, you said you were looking too, so go ahead. Yes. Perception. 38. Okay. Dino, you find a hidden panel in the wall back here. You use your yeah, so yeah, you essentially knock it loose, and the sort of like to make a dumb reference to, is the only way I really know how to put it. The real fake door falls to the floor of this panel, and There are a couple of items hidden behind it. Two more scroll cases. Okay, Ursula, you read magic, and as expected, these. Oh yeah, spell. You don't read magic. Okay. Would anyone else like to read magic? Cat can read magic. Yeah, it's to discourage like arcane spellcasters from thinking they can get away with wearing heavy armor. You also don't read magic. Hey, guess what? Kaede can read magic, and Kaede isn't subject to spell failure because Kade's a psychic spellcaster. Yes. So Kaede can read magic, and Kaede does read magic. And so Kaede Kaede reads the scrolls, and Kaede can make a spellcraft check to identify them as well. Yes, that is exactly why you cannot make a spellcraft check here. Okay, that's good enough. Yeah, Kaede it would have been like, oh yeah, I mean, you know they're magical scrolls, but you don't know what spells they are. That's really all that is. So, two scrolls. One is a scroll of secret chest. The other is a scroll of plane shift. Yeah, you watch. Yes, you watch as Ursulin hands the scroll to Fluffy, who promptly eats it because because that is how witches can learn extra spells. And Ursulin now knows secret chest. And you guys fucking doubted. Oh wow! I'm sorry. This took me a long time to look at my Twitch stream platform or not platform, my dashboard here. Apparently, we got raided a little while ago, so thank you to Pyro967 for the raid. Appreciate the extra viewership. Not as that's far from the most embarrassing thing that's been said during this campaign. Yeah, that's not even the most embarrassing thing that happened tonight. Like Jesus, the most embarrassing thing that happened tonight was the technical difficulties I had earlier. But luckily, yeah, only time it's ever happened. Yeah, I'll make sure to include in the description of the video on YouTube. Plane shift. Yeah, that is plane shift. No, you wouldn't be able to feed it to Fluffy right now anyway. It's too high of a spell level. I actually don't even know if it's on your spell list. Let me see here. Oh, it is. But yeah, it's a 7th level spell for you, so you wouldn't be able to feed it to Fluffy yet. Um, Cat or Dream or Lily would be able to cast off of that scroll if need be without spell slot. It's on all 3 of their spell lists as well. So yeah, I mean, hey, it's a good find anyway. Geez, 7 viewers. That might be the most we've ever had at once. Hello, everyone. We love to see you. Yes, thank you. Go check out our YouTube where all of our previous episodes are. I'm sure you'll. Oh, we got a new follow. Thank you. I hope I get this right. Kashimoto 503. Appreciate the follow. We love you. We're happy that you're here, and we hope you enjoy your stay. And as I was saying, please check out our YouTube. All of our previous episodes are there. I'll actually drop a link to it in the chat right now, so everybody has it. I really should set up a bot for this channel. I just haven't yet. That's kind of embarrassing. I also don't think I've set up a custom URL, but it's the same. You can search us with using the same name as our Twitch. This is also a direct link to our channel. Ignore the mumbo jumbo at the end there. Again, haven't set up a custom URL yet, but we'll get there as we're slowly growing in size and moving on towards the end of this campaign and be the beginning of a new one. So you guys have looted everything here. You found out another considerable wealth of information regarding how the Runeforge works and what you can potentially throw in there to make powerful new weapons. What do you want to do now? Yeah, the only catch is you have to recast a spell every 2 months. That's the only catch. Oh, you've already added to your sheet. Sweet. All right, so we can sort out exactly what's going in the secret chest uh, later on, like out of game. As far as in-game stuff, let's see. By now, yeah, go ahead and push it so everyone can see it. Yeah, so spiritual weapon would have worn off. Bull strength would have worn off. Um, yeah, just so everyone can see it. It's a really really good spell. I mean, there's the failure chance, of course, if you try to put a living thing in there, but that's how often is that going to come up? You have up to 15. Sorry, not 15. I forgot your witch castle was much lower. 9 cubic feet of goods to store for 2 months, with a casting time of 10 minutes. So yeah, the you do need an actual like physical chest to cast a spell though is the thing. Like you need to be able to have a physical chest to put the stuff in, and then you hide it on the ethereal plane. That because that's what the spell does. It doesn't make the chest for you. Yeah, I would just Make sure you read the whole spell text though, just because there are some stipulations for like what constitutes a suitable chest, uh, what the replica has to look like. Yeah, the physical chest that you use needs to be like a masterwork crafted chest that's worth like 5,000 gold pieces. Um, and then you also have to make like a perfect replica of the chest as well as everything inside of it. But it can be done. Is as kinda, yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Very, very much, very, very much a fuck around and find out situation. 100%. Touch the boob and immediately get energy drained for it. 2 negative levels just for touching a boob. That's that apparently is the price of such acts. So, in terms of game related activities, um, what do you guys want to do? Navigate your way out of here? Do you want to? Yeah, someone. Yeah, Ursulin collected a container of the admixture. All right, so you guys navigate your way back to the ravenous crypts of gluttony. Assembling token sizes are off for any like wild shapes. And Dagger Moose shouldn't be here anymore as well. All right, so you're supposed to be bigger, and otherwise I think we're good. Some of these other icons, just ignore them. They're not actually in effect on your characters right now. You guys navigate your way back to the central walkway that goes across a very deep uh, pit. You look towards the carvings that are on the walls here. You see one that let's see here. Yeah, yeah. What's up? Oh, sorry. You look towards the one. I think it was this one. That has it's holding like loaves of bread as well as it's also holding aloft like a bunch of grapes. And you guys remember like the names of each of the that were associated with all of these, and this is the one that has the inib name that you recognize from the book of the writings of the material listing in the book. It doesn't necessarily provide any hints as to where the wine is, but the symbolism is still there and fairly obvious. Okay, where are you searching? You searched like the lab where you fought the lich. All right, so yeah, you go in there. Go ahead and roll perception. Okay. Neither of you find anything that you haven't already discovered, either in the lab or on your way to the lab. Okay. Okay. So I just want to make sure I have this right. Your approach here is basically, if I were them, where would I hide it? Okay, gotcha. Well, you during your thought process here, you like you mentioned, you begin to consider, okay, well, where haven't we been in here? You know, you recall the double doors to the north led to the room with the strange sort of purplish, like negative looking energy that was flowing towards seemingly towards the center of the room and away from the center of the room at the same time. Uh, and the thing you remember most about that room was Ursuline being like, "Oh, I'm going to touch the crystal pylons" or whatever, and that kind of upset you. You remember fighting the first set of mummies in this room, so you know you would have had to have entered through here, and then this way took you towards where the lich was. You don't recall ever checking these doors. All right, so let me remove the door here as you push it open. So let's see. You now find yourself in what looks to be a crypt. There is actually, before you move your token in, I just want to actually no, I don't need to hide that. So a single sarcophagus of gold sits atop a white marble plinth at the far western end of this wide hall. The lid is decorated with a relief depicting A handsome man holding a sprig of grapes and a bottle of wine crossed over his chest. The eyes are, and this is something you can see from the doorway because of how bright they shine. Uh, the eyes are large star sapphires, and the grapes themselves appear to be individual gemstones that could be worked free with the right tools. You see five wide alcoves in the room, each one being carved with dozens of narrow little niches in them, each of which contains a different bottle of what appears to be wine. Um, additionally, you see a large, um, potentially construct-looking being. This construct has sort of a weird figure. It has the lower torso of a serpent, and the head is a Sahedron rune itself. Um, okay, so yeah, to be clear, it doesn't look like what's depicted in the token. So yeah, serpent bottom, literal Sahedron rune, like 7-pointed star for a head. Um, additionally, on its on the parts of its like actual body that you can see, which appear to be made of like a red clay material, there are countless runes that have been etched on its body. Uh, significant other parts of this construct are also plated in iron. Actually, yes, it is. It as it sees you enter, it rises from sort of a crouched guarding position, and it looks angry with your presence. It is going to take a step towards you. And you just leave. And you close the doors. Okay. He says through Chomper, excuse me, High Lord Chomper, High Lord of Wrath, Chomper McChomperson. Yeah, you did notice that there was some wine in the alcoves. Right, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you attempt to take a quick peek inside. You do get sight line on this one in the corner here. Um, hmm. Okay. Have a good night. So what are we doing? You hear from the back Dream just say, I could go in there. Uh, yes, they do. They're different. They're different bonuses to different things. So yeah, they do. They're within. You're within range. You're already within range. You have like 60 foot range by now with what level you are. So yeah, everyone's within range. Everyone gets full strength. So +4 to strength, +4 enhancement to strength to those who don't already have that amount of enhancement. Um, even power, even power built characters need healing sometimes. Dino is back. Dino is back to full meat points. Mm-hmm. 32 hit points. That gets her back to full. Dream is just like, or I could just go in there. All right, cool. I'll go in there. He flies. Dream just flies into the room. Strangely, no reaction from the construct when Dream enters. What'd you realize? Yes, you've been in. Yes, he's very gluttonous. We've established this. He was not attacked. He was not attacked by the mummies until he attacked them. I wanted you guys to get to something without Dream saying, "Hey, remember what happened last time we came here?" But y'all just decided to fucking murder Hobo. So based on what? I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious what your answer is. I'm not even disagreeing. I'm just curious. Right. Yes, like I said, murder hoboing. Uh, no, and you shouldn't. It's funny and it makes for great content. So I'm all for it. I just think it's funny. That's all. All right. Wait. Actually, let me see. He should not have this anymore. Not that it really affects. Not that it really affects much in here, but nah, he. I haven't taken off Bear's endurance from Dream because that definitely would have worn off by now. So I gotta reset. Okay, yeah, his hit points are now reset to what they should be. All right, so yeah, Dream just flies into the room and without any resistance at all from the construct, he just collects a few bottles of wine and flies back out the door. Sponsored by NordVPN. No. If only, yeah. Gotta plug something that's not actually a sponsor of ours. You know, it's been a running joke since basically the beginning of the campaign, so why not? Dude, HelloFresh sponsored my like actual stream. Like I got that offer from like Streamlabs, and I put yeah, I put the code up in my chat, and you know, I tried my best to keep everything PG on as during my streams, and that was very difficult to do, especially with my rating group. And yeah, nobody bought shit, so I didn't make any money, but that's okay. We get them next time. We will get them. We will get them next time. Yeah, they've if they heard any part of the show, they'd be like, nah, they wouldn't do with this guy. All this profanity and this weird themes of this game that we're watching. Why are we even watching this? We don't even like this stuff. Yeah, that person deserves to be expelled. No, I don't actually mean that, but get some thicker skin, people. We need to just be stronger as a people. Simply being offended solves nothing. You got to do something about it. I bet. Oh, that's a real nice thing to say about a professor. Yeah, understandable. That's still shitty though. Like, man. No, no, I get that. I'm just saying, like, you shouldn't have to deal with that. Like, that's just dumb. Kids being kids, I guess. Oh, fun. Oh wait, is this potentially that really annoying person that you were telling me about? That's a fair point. That doesn't really narrow it down. It's college students. What am I saying? Yeah, I mean, look, even when I was in college, I encountered that a lot from my fellow students. I would just like watch them and the way they behaved around like professors. I'd be like, "What are you doing? Like what are we doing here? Just chill, dude." Right? They don't want that apparently. Yeah, I've ranted enough about the state of this that generation. Okay, I mean that's pretty good, honestly. The way teachers get complained about these days, it's a pretty pretty fast clip of teacher complaints nowadays. At least back, I remember back when I was in high school, like there weren't that many complaints about teachers, but the ones that were pretty serious and stuff that I probably shouldn't talk about on stream. Anyway, so Dream collected like a few bottles of wine, basically as much as he could carry. So I don't know, we'll say like 4 bottles. That's as much as he got in one trip, and he's like, "You think we need more?" And then he looks at it again. He's like, "Because I'm just saying, like, you know, we don't have to throw this into the forge. That seems like a waste. We could just drink it." He's like, "All right, I'll grab some more." He goes, "I'm not gonna bother moving the token back and forth." But yeah, he grabs another 4 bottles, so 8 total. He's going to. He's not very good at this, but he's going to attempt to appraise them. That's actually not bad. Um, yeah, this wine, for having been inside Runeforge, with all the implications of how long it's been in there, this wine is held up really well. Um, Dream, he pops a cork, takes a little sniff, even does like a very small taste test, and he kind of just holds the bottle out towards everyone. He's like, "This stuff is delicious," and the appraisal is that each one is probably worth about 100 gold. You really want me to take all of it? All right, and he goes and takes all of it. In all, that is another, on top of what he's already taken, that is an additional 60 bottles of wine, 60, for a total of 68. Uh, I mean, that's all that there. That's all that there was in there. So 68 bottles of ancient wine is what he has grabbed. Okay. Um, yeah, I guess that actually covers what I was going to ask. I was going to ask if there were any other sort of like odds and ends level stuff that you guys wanted to do, or if we were good on that and beginning to prep for the final wing. I only asked just because it's late and I kind of want to end because it's. Okay. All right. So all right, cool. So we'll start with that. We'll start with that next week then. I will for the time being I will move you all to the central Runeforge room. Yeah, I honestly just like kind of turned my head because I have the second screen and I have the game on the monitor on the right and my mic is to my left, so that's why it's like that. I might switch it up given where I have to put my mic now, so it'll it'll probably help for next week if I did that. It's okay. I mean, it happens. All right, so yeah, I've moved. Did yeah, I actually did move you guys, right? Yeah, I did. Yep. So all right. So next week, you guys, after some preparations, including resting, we'll be heading down the northern hallway to the last wing that you haven't been to yet, being the Vault of Greed. I know I'm not forgetting about the additional sort of searching of other places. We can handle that first because that's how it was presented to me. So we'll do it that way. But yeah, you guys navigated your way through the Festering Maze of Sloth, reaching the um, using this term loosely here, the ruler of that wing of Runeforge, um, without really any incidents prior to getting to him. You kind of talked your way through a few different things, which kind of surprised me, as Kaede could communicate with the Chernobyl demons and got them to essentially just go fuck off somewhere while you guys went past and gave them an assurance that you wouldn't desecrate their lair in any way. And to your credit, you didn't. So I'm sure as long as you guys don't decide to just show up back there again and they happen to be there, you'll be fine. But so yeah, you would be able to spend your rest reading the book. Um, it would would get you part of the way to getting the inherent stat boost, not all the way. But yeah, it would be progress for sure. So yeah, you guys head back to the main Runeforge chamber, and we will pick up next week with rest and other final preparations, and then finally tackling the Vault of Greed. So once again, I know that our raiding party here wasn't here when this happened. Thankfully, there were some technical difficulties earlier in the stream. Basically, I had an issue on my end where I had to adjust some settings, and then somehow the stream never came back online. So not much was missed. I kind of just did like a quick rundown of the recap. Of course, if you're missing any details that you want to have filled in for you, uh, the last episode before this one has been up on our YouTube and here on the Switch channel for a little bit now. So feel free to check that out to fill in any potential gaps you might have in your knowledge of what's going on. Yes, of course, we'll be right here again next week where we will uh, move on. Like I said, move on to the Vault of Greed and hopefully put together the final pieces of the puzzle here in Runeforge. As we hit another milestone with episode number 90, so that's exciting too. Only 10 away from the century mark. And whatever we happen to be doing that night, I will make sure to plan something big. But for now, like we've been saying, join us next Sunday. we hope that you have a good week. If you're in a part of the country that's cold, there's going to get snow, just because I am. We're expecting some snow tomorrow night. Be safe out there. Try not to drive if it's too bad. And yeah, have a good one. We'll see you next Sunday.